Hello, Virgos, and welcome to your horoscope for the upcoming month, August 2023. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Justina, and if you are a returning viewer, welcome back and thank you for joining me today. So, here today, I'm going to explore the energies taking place in August, and I'll tell you how they will influence your zodiac sign and more specifically your ascendant sign or rising sign, if you will. On a deeper level, I follow tropical astrology, tropical zodiac, and Western astrology. And here we start the month with a full moon in Aquarius happening on the 1st at 9 degrees of Aquarius. So here, Aquarius, this is your sixth house. And here's the sixth house is connected to Virgo energies. So here, full moon is when the sun and the moon are in opposition. So the moon is fully illuminated, fully visible in the sky. So we become really aware of our health in this case scenario, of our health, well-being. This could be about medical checkups, medical appointments. This could be about taking a closer look at your diet, supplements, for example, at what you eat. Now here with the sixth house full moon, something might also come to an end. Perhaps this could be about reaching an important deadline at work, hearing from a potential employer, finally being ready to send out the CVs. Here, the sixth house deals with hard work, so you have to put a little bit more effort into whatever that you'll be dealing with around this time. But if you do, then you'll be able to see some really good outcomes and results. Now here, this full moon in Aquarius, so yes, this could be about also doing things differently, thinking out of the box. Now here at this point also Venus is still retrograde in your 12th house. Not the most romantic time for Virgos because things are happening from behind the scene. And perhaps you might want to keep your relationship more private than usual. This is also about working on more harmony, balance when it comes to your mental health as well. And right, so on the 16th, there is a new moon in Leo happening at 23 degrees. And Leo, this is the 12th house. So here we continue with the privacy, with things happening from behind the scene. And overall, this is about some new beginnings happening also from behind the scene. Literally, Venus will be tightly conjunct this new moon. A new moon is about something fresh, a new idea, a new project, perhaps some creative project of some sort. This could be about a new book, self-help book, for example, to help you to heal, to help you to overcome certain blockages or certain issues, for example. This new moon could be also about visiting a relative, a friend even, at a hospital and at an institution. You might also feel like you want to share your time and energy with others by doing some volunteering work or charity work of some sort. There is a square to Uranus as well at this point, so perhaps you might see yourself doing things differently. You might have to step out of your comfort zone around this time, but also for some Virgos, this could be also being away from home, for example, having to deal with a matter that requires quite a bit of energy, but at the same time there is this need for adventure, spontaneity, and overall for being free as well. Now here we've got, well, this could be about a spontaneous booking of a holiday as well for some people. Or perhaps you might hear from a potential university if you've been awaiting some results, for example. Right, so here we go. Now on the 23rd, Mercury will move in, will be retrograde in Virgo from the 23rd. The retrograde begins at 21 degrees of Virgo. And here, this is very, very important for you and for Gemini especially, because this is your ruler, and I think for you more specifically because it's happening in your sign. Mercury retrograde in Virgo. Virgo is connected to precision, to being detail-oriented, well-organized and neat. Mercury is the planet of communication. Mercury rules our thinking process, decision-making process as well. When Mercury is retrograde, all of this in Virgo, all of this is disturbed, triggered. And here, overall, in the final days of August and in the first 15 days of September, you will have to generally, first of all, this is about you'll be generally reviewing, reassessing, reevaluating your goals, your past achievements. This is about generally taking a closer look at your life direction and realizing or deciding whether you're moving in the right direction, whether something needs to change. It's a very personal retrograde connected to you, to your persona, to your achievements, but also to your professional life growth and development, since Gemini rules your 10th house. And Mercury retrograde will make you think about your worldly achievements, and whether you're not if you're not satisfied with some aspects of your career, of your personal life, then once this retrograde is over, you will have the mental strength to take action. Now, here, Mercury retrograde could also create some blockages when it comes to communication, expression, self-expression as well, to a certain extent. And at the same time, you might see yourself returning to some projects, hobbies, interests that you have already started or dealt with in the past, but perhaps you didn't have time to commit to them, to enjoy them even. At this point, we've got so many planets in a retrograde motion that life will move at a much slower pace. Venus is still retrograde in Leo. Saturn is retrograde in Pisces in your 7th house. And also we've got Pluto retrograde, of course. Now, so for this reason, with Mercury being retrograde as well, this will be a really good time for generally slowing down, for thinking about what is it that you want to do with your life moving forward in the upcoming future, because next year we are going to begin the eclipses on Mercury and on Virgo and Pisces axis, and things will start to shift quite significantly for you in the area of the self and relationships as well. So this Mercury retrograde is really a great opportunity for you for realizing what brings you joy and what makes you feel miserable, and how you can move away from these tendencies, habits, toxic relationships even, in order to move into a more satisfying future. On August 27th, Mars will move into Libra, into your 2nd house, Mars in Libra. So overall, Libra likes that harmony and balance for you, more specifically in the financial area. And with Mars here, you will be dealing with a lot of outgoings without scaring you. But I ran through this transit a few months ago, and there is this, generally with Mars in the 2nd house, we identify with what we have, with what we own. And often we have a strong desire to accumulate more objects, physical objects especially. So there's this tendency to take risks. There's this tendency to buy impatiently, so impulse spendings as well. But at the same time, you might be also dealing with outgoings connected to your family, children, holiday rentals, for example. So this is a time to generally keep an eye on your outgoings, especially since Mercury is retrograde during this time as well. So there's that mental confusion and lack of clarity that could be the case. And with Mars in the 2nd house, you might have this strong desire to buy things, to spend money. So keep track of your spendings and be conscious here of where the money goes, because at the end of September, you might realize that actually you spend more than you were expecting to, and this could only create stressful situations. So it's something to prepare for as well. But overall, with Mars in the 2nd house, you also have the energy, courage, and motivation to make money, to work on your business, on your career growth as well. So it's not just about losing money, but also about having the confidence and the energy to make more money, to improve your finances in a long term. Right, so on the 28th, we've got Uranus stationing retrograde at 23 degrees of Taurus, and here this retrograde will last for quite a few months, and this will be in your ninth house. So we've had Jupiter here since the 16th of May, helping you to grow, to generally helping you to meet like-minded people, to expand your perhaps opportunities for growth. Uranus retrograde will slow things down, but also prompt you to take a deeper look at your life principles, at your life philosophy. This is also about realizing what your life mission is and whether you are following your purpose. So with Mercury retrograde and also Uranus retrograde here, the first and the ninth house are activated. You'll be doing lots of thinking about yourself, about your life, and whether you are moving in the right direction here. Saturn is also retrograde in your seventh house. So these relationships, one-to-ones, are also triggered and under a major focus. So lots of question marks around your life, life direction, relationships, the self. So it's all about reviewing, reassessing in the upcoming months in order to make better decisions once these retrogrades are over, because you have an opportunity to really change your life in the next few months and implement fresh ideas in order to have that better or a greater life satisfaction. All right, so we end the month with a full moon in Pisces happening at 7 degrees, and this full moon is tightly conjunct Saturn in your seventh house. So here, I think for many Virgos, this is related to some important decisions, situations happening in your marriage relationships. If you are in a solid commitment, because many Virgos rising experienced or have been experiencing little challenges since Saturn entered their love life, their relationship area. I actually spoke to a friend who's also a Virgo rising quite recently, and her partner, I spoke to a friend whose partner is a Virgo rising, and I was quite surprised to see that, there are also things that came up and connected to his professional life. And Saturn is a career planet. So here that Saturn transits in the seventh house, it could be that your partner, this will be about some challenges connected to career that are affecting the relationship. This could be the case for many Virgos, but overall I feel like this full moon will be a lot about making some important decisions connected to your relationship that would have a very important effect upon this union in the long term. Here Saturn overall brings that sober, realistic and serious attitude towards these one-to-ones. This could be also about perhaps ending a contract with your landlord, with your architect, designer, therapist. Perhaps this is also about generally dealing with some important matter, but it is connected to these one-to-one, something that has already been ongoing. On one hand, you might be completing a connection. On the other hand, you might be making important decisions with your significant other or with someone close to your heart, something that has already been discussed in the past. And now this full moon will bring your attention into this matter. Right, so here we go. We'll explore this further closer to the day. Now, on this note, I wish you a pleasant month. Thank you very much, and until the next time.